We're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, guys, sorry. We're just double checking.
Yeah,
awesome, guys.
We did it.
So, guys, welcome to the live. Thanks for tuning in. We're here at the NRA show 2025. We're located in the Ruger booth right now.
Yes, we are.
Here to talk to you guys today about the new RXD suppressors. So, you want to kick it off, Mike, and talk about the RXD 30 Ti?
Yeah, no, I'd love to do that. It is a titanium print, and I think the most notable thing, or most important thing for me, it's tri-scallion, and it's a hybrid of Nomad.
Yes.
It sounds amazing. This is an amazing sounding can. When people start to get around this and hear it, I think it's gonna get a lot of traction. In essence, it has what we would call an e-brake printed and machined into it. It's a little bit of a departure from, it has a removable front cap, but it takes a standard 11/16 wrench, and on the back, standard 13/16. I'm gonna run up to you.
Well, it might not be in focus.
It might not, but I'm going to try it. I don't care if it is in focus.
Send it.
They're not going to stop me. Oh, see how focused that is? Yeah, okay. You're right. That was stupid. Hey, if you've got a way to run that footage through one of those programs that makes it focus like they have on CSI Miami, then you'd see what I'm talking about.
One might say enhance.
Enhance. Enhance that.
So, all right, cool. Let's talk about the rear direct thread on this, because this is super awesome.
Okay, I like that.
And then we'll jump into some specifications on that can. So, it is hub compatible.
Not hub tape or straight hub.
Straight hub. So that's super important to note. Comes with a 5/8 by 24 direct thread, but it's our direct thread muzzle brake. So why don't you talk about that?
Well, in order to make it as simple as possible and as short as possible, it has a small brake built, machined into the hub adapter. So it's 5/8 muzzle brake hub adapter combo unit. You can take that out and put anything in it that you want, obviously, but that will help to, it makes the can sound a little bit better, and it will help it for erosion.
Yes.
So you'll get longer life out of your can in using this, and then it's a shorter overall package. So
definitely
kind of what we were going there for.
All right.
Going there with that.
So jumping into some of the specs on this can, we're going to be, it's all 3D printed titanium. I think that's super important to note.
Correct.
It's going to be 12.4 ounces in weight. It's going to come in burnt bronze or black for the colorations. The burnt bronze is looking super sweet, obviously. New color for us. So
exactly.
We're happy to jump in on that. It's going to be, you obviously see the splines on the silencer for tightening and removing the silencer from your host firearm. It's rated from 300 RUM all the way down to 223.556. Your barrel length restrictions on the Magnum calibers, it's going to be 20 inch. On your sub-Magnum calibers, such as 5.56 or 308, it's going to be 12.5 inches, and then also on 300 Blackout Subsonic, it's going to be a 6-inch barrel length restriction.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Great tech info.
Also, on the front cap and on the silencer itself, you don't need any proprietary tools. It is going to ship with some tools, but you don't need proprietary tools whatsoever. So you're going to notice on this flash hider front cap, it is different from our other flash hider front caps.
Correct.
And all of our R-Series.
That's why I shoved the close-up.
Yeah, I'm super happy you did. So, jumping into 22 now.
22.
RXD 22 Ti.
A printed, I'll take the tube off of it. This is a new design from us. Mike Smith did the bulk of that design. That is a super low back pressure, yet incredibly quiet rim fire and very small caliber 5.7 and things of that nature. The little micro cartridges will all fit and work well in this. It has a muzzle device, which is kind of a new thing for us. So we'll come out with different thread pitches other than half 28. So you can directly put this and leave this on, or if you want it to be just half 28 direct thread, you can just tighten the muzzle device into the core and then use it in your normal manner.
Yes.
Sorry, that Xeno left-hand thing throws me off. It's right-hand.
Yeah,
it's all right-hand threaded.
Yep. So we're calling that the XRF or Xeno rimfire muzzle device. So those are going to be available separate from the silencer as well. To jump into some of the specifications on the can, it's going to be 5.6 ounces, all 3D printed titanium. That core inside is a monocore, but it sounds absolutely incredible. Correct. It's coated in PVD. We're going to have cleaning videos for both of these coming out here in the near future, so you can know exactly what you need to do to clean particularly this silencer up, get it looking fresh and new again.
Yeah, and the cleaning has been pretty easy, and we use several different products on the market. Otis, and what was the blue stuff you used the other day?
True Blue.
True Blue.
Yeah.
That worked killer.
Breakthrough, Clean, a bunch of different
lot of ways to skin that cat.
Yes.
Shouldn't be an issue. Titanium outer, the tube is titanium as well. So
definitely, and again, toolless design. You can use all standard tools that you would have in your toolbox.
It comes with wrenches.
It does.
I'd show you a close-up of the wrenches, but we know that won't work.
Boom.
But we can show the wrench from afar. So it will lock onto the front cap.
Yep.
And then obviously we have wrenches for the other sizes. So,
exactly.
But common, easy replacement wrenches.
Yes.
You already have the sizes if you have any tools, so it should be good.
So then on the RXD 30 Ti, these are going to be the tools that come along with the silencer itself. You've got a standard TL tool from us as well as a newer tool for us, which locks onto the rear wrench flats. So super good to go.
Okay, easy.
Oh, also, this one does come in black and burnt bronze.
Yeah, both colors right now in both cans. Yes, sir.
Definitely. Awesome.
How about some questions? You have a question?
All right.
Okay.
So I'll feed them to you. Just repeat the question.
Come and talk into my neck.
First question. I have a Sandman S. I have a Sandman L. Why would I get an RXD?
So, question is, I've got a Sandman S and a Sandman L. Why would I get an RXD?
You would get an RXD for lighter weight, lower back pressure, and that is primarily designed as a bolt gun can.
Yes.
That's its main use. So any kind of locked action lever or pump or bolt gun, most common obviously, you would get it for, it would excel over the Sandmans that you currently possess in that situation. That's why I'd get it.
Absolutely.
Is it hub? You probably already covered that.
Straight hub, yes sir. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, question, is it hub?
Yes.
Yes,
it
it's
is
straight hub. Not hub
compatible.
taper, it's just hub.
Tell us why printed is good.
Question is, why is printed good? That's actually a great question. You end up with a very straight product with no welds, and you can print certain shapes that aren't machinable. Like, I think the easiest way to think of it is like twisted channels, if you will, that you just straight can't machine. So, and it's not, printing won't print everything. It's very hard to print a 90-degree angle. So I don't think that you use printing 100% across the board, but printing can be good, and it does a really great job at That is one piece of metal,
Yes.
which is pretty incredible to think of. It voids some weaknesses when you fuse metal together and have multi-part designs. So
You already covered this, but what's the material on the RXD30 and what caliber ratings?
Yeah. Well, just to go over it again.
RXD30 material and caliber ratings. I don't know if they can hear that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you covered the question.
Sorry.
No, it was good. So material, titanium, and then caliber ratings, 300 rum on down to 223, 556.
That's all the questions I have so far.
Awesome.
Maybe we let's swap Tabor in there.
Awesome.
Give him a minute.
Sweet guys. Yeah.
And
We'll
see
get
if a couple more questions with you.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
do
get.
it.
We're gonna bring in Tabor from Ruger to come sit down and join the live. Awesome. I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna get you mic'd up.
You and I have history. Good day, everybody.
I can't believe I get to be on a thing with Tabor. You guys have kept him from me a little.
Well, here I am with the world famous Mike Papus.
I don't know, famous on any level, but I'm happy to be here.
So am I. Well, ask questions, everybody. I'm with Ruger. I've been in the firearms industry, going on 40 years. I'm showing my age. And this has been a almost 5-year project, labor of love for me, because I knew the dead air guys had what we needed to bring us into the modern age. You know, we're a 75-year-old company with all of this heritage, but we struggle at some of this modern stuff. I knew that Dead Air was the company to partner with for that.
Well, it's been a super good experience, I'd like to say, from inception and when we first broached talking about it. So I'm super pumped about it.
I can't wait for all of you to start hearing the reports of how it shoots, how quiet it makes certain things. One of the most exciting things for me has been with the popularity of 7PRC, what this RXD30 Ti does for 7PRC is simply amazing.
And the 6.5 calibers, it really excels on those for a 30 caliber can. So it can cover a lot of bases for people.
Why don't you guys tell us, or Tabor tell us, like why Ruger wanted to pursue more silencers?
Why does Ruger want to pursue more silencers?
Well, I'm a gun nerd. When I open my safe and I look at things that I have, I want my customers to have the same thing at a working man's price. And there's only one real way to do that, and that's with true symmetry and a great partnership. Because of my history with Ernie Beckwith, the CEO, my friendships with Tony and John on the sales side, Tassin and Mike, it just made sense that Dead Air was the company to partner with, because it's kind of low-hanging fruit. Yes, it was an arduous process to get us to this point, but what a great team that we've come up with and what we're putting out. It's going to be fabulous. You're all going to love it.
There was a question. We don't have the answer to this, but someone said, will there be gun suppressor bundles in the future?
Gun suppressor bundles.
Gun suppressor bundles. That is an excellent question. It's a tricky subject simply because of systems and serial numbers shipping together. But yes, at some point you will buy a Ruger firearm that comes equipped with a Dead Air muzzle device of some type, and then you'll go to where you normally buy your suppressors and buy the matching suppressor to go with it. Will it come in the same box? Probably not, because that's a little bit of a logistical nightmare with ATF and serial numbers and things of that nature.
How does it compare / differ to the Nomads?
Okay, that's actually a great question. A Nomad is all Nomad architecture throughout, and this can is Triskelion and Nomad. So it differs in the fact that it's a hybrid design. And I am super excited for people to get around it and start to shoot it and see people do DB tests on it. It is an incredible sounding can, and super excited about that.
Oh, what's the MSRP of the RXT30 and the RXT?
You tell me that, remind me if you would.
RXT30 Ti is $1099 and RXT22 Ti is $499.
$10.99 and $4.99 MSRP on the pricing. What's the question, and there's the answer.
Tabor, so far, what has been your favorite gun that you've shot the RXT30 on and the RXT22 on?
Oh, for sure, it's been the American Gen 2 and 7 PRC. You've got two options in the can color, and the one bronze happens to be the Ruger bronze that we put on our Predator series of rifles. We also use it on Go Wild Americans and some others. And then on the 22 has been our new carbon fiber 1022 offering. One, because both the can, the suppressor, and the gun are so light, and you can get it so extremely quiet.
What? Is there a Ruger specific take apart? So, what would be the full auto ratings on either of the silencers?
Your obviously rimfire can is auto rated. That's an easy one. What's our, remind me on the 30? Yeah, so not auto rated at all on that.
Let's dig into a little bit about cleaning. Obviously, we're going to have some cleaning videos, but someone has asked, how are you going to clean with the 22 size?
What we've been doing is soaking it. So you can do it in a myriad of different things. I think that you can buy a little cleaning kit from Otis or whomever you like that has some long cylindrical containers that are made to fit a can. I think that's going to be your thing. I also like the little, they make a little tabletop solvent tank, and that's super good to just get a fluid circulating. Anytime you pump it, it's good. And you can ultrasonic, it just depends on how you like to do it. Cleaning should be pretty easy.
Why Triskelion and RXT30?
For the low back pressure, Triskelion in our XT30 was the question. It is a low back pressure design that is very accurate. It's good sounding. It has everything you'd want in a can.
Here would be a good question. Why monocore in the RXT22 Ti? Maybe expand on monocores in general for your knowledge.
Well, monocore really just says that it's one piece of metal, and traditionally, unless you weld it together, your individual baffle, like a mask, for example, is an individually baffled can for disassembly and cleaning, and we just decided to do that design to get away from the first round pop. Now, with the advancements in 3D printing, you don't have the pop in this design, so you can have a one-piece monocore printed without all the first round pop. Is the progression of manufacturing, it's like the next thing to do, so that's why we did it.
Let's just get some closing remarks from both of you guys. Finish it up.
Well, I'd like to say thanks for taking the time to watch, and if you're in the Atlanta area at NRA, come by.
Why don't you give us Ruger's booth number? Do you remember?
I think we're
8 something.
24,
We're 2863.
2863.
Let me go get that info.
The Ruger booth's super easy to find. It's kind of up front when you walk in.
There's a little bit of red thrown around.
We're in the back against the wall.
Any final thoughts from you, Tabor?
I'm just really excited for all of you to finally get it, see the videos, get them in your hands and shoot them, because, you know, I own a lot of suppressors. I've gone a little nuts over suppressors, and my favorite 30 cal can up until this point was the Nomad TI with the E-brake. That's now become a backup can, and the RXD 30 will be my primary. And I own probably 15 or 20 30 cal cans.
2225 if you want to let them know.
2225 is the Ruger booth number. We would love to see all of you come out, say hello, see what Ruger's got new to offer, ask questions, see what we're up to, because there's a lot coming your way that we can talk a little bit about when you guys come see us. Thank you all very much. We appreciate you.